Good morning, folks. So, on a different subject to the Kawasaki W800, we have Hans here. Hans is my Royal Enfield Bullet 500 Electra X from 2004. This belonged to my father-not-in-law, and it had stood about 5 years in the garden, undercover, but it was still outside for 5 years, which didn't do him any favours. Now the name Hans comes from because he's been quite hands-on, and also a nod to my Germanic heritage. Anyway, so the aim of the game is to get him back on the road. He does work. Back in 2003, I had him shipped over and completely stripped him back. We had lots of work done. New tyres, new mudguard, new spark plugs, new spark plug cap, new switch gears, new brakes, new brake pads, anything and everything. There's a multitude of things. The thing that I want to get done, that I've been meaning to get done, and the reason I wanted to get him on the road first, I got him MOT'd, which in England is basically a check for the vehicle, the motorcycle or car, that it can legally and safely be on the road. So he passed that in February last year, 2024. Then I decided to take the body apart. So I've been working on that. As you can see, the paint from the Bullet was very good because I had used various paint strippers on here with not much luck. It's got through some of it, not everything. This is the original colour, and there are some side panels. As you can see, a similar result. Not great. After recently watching some more videos from the works, or going back to watch some videos of the works, and specifically the most recent build from Joe and Emily for the bike shed build, which I never thought about these. They didn't cross my mind. So, got some of these. So that's going to be my task for the next couple of days, removing some paint. I say days, I hope it doesn't take days. We are slowly getting there. Definitely a faster result. That little bit though has taken about 8 to 10 minutes. So I reckon I've got probably a good hour on it using this technique, but it is coming off. I might just do a little test on half of it, or at least a third of it, where I'll go over with a brush, break off some of that lacquer and things like that, and then put some more paint stripper on. And I've got to experiment and see what works. So I'm going to work on that and update you when I'm hopefully done, which I pray doesn't take too much longer. I hate taking paint off. On that note, what? Good morning. So I've got this fella back. And we're off to London, Kingston Cross. London again. And we're going to go see a Star Wars parody show. But on the way, we're going to go and see a few things at the National Army Museum near Victoria. We arrived famished, so we headed straight to the Oxford Circus and went to a Korean restaurant for some dim sum, katsu curries and various other things, and then we were on our way again. And if you like your exotic cars, just head down to Victoria and walk down the streets, because there are McLarens, Porsches, fancy Land Rovers, you name it. And a 20-minute wander later, in the sweltering 26 degrees, we arrived at the National Army Museum and confronted head-on with a Challenger 2 tank. Here we are at the National Army Museum in London. I'll show you a few little clips of everything.
You are going to follow the drum. It is recruit on in. Good work, recruit 1. Excellent, recruit 2. Look lively. Not bad, recruit 3.
Section of a human cranium, a bunch of fingers, a bit of clothing, you can get some idea. It was simply a matter of tiny little bits.
The dropping of shells, the tearing of the sky by away shells, and the fear induced by the crescendo of the incomers.
We were there of the village when we were greeted by a shot.
And then there's a whole collection of different uniforms on this side. All around the world. More of the 20th century tech, defense of the realm. From deterring Napoleon in the 19th century to defying Hitler in the 20th. Well, now we're off to another part of London to go see a Star Wars parody show.